Hello friends. Yes friends, hello. Am I audible? Please somebody ping me so that I can start the session. Yes guys. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to Unacademy, India's largest online learning platform. Let's crack UPSC CSE English. Now before I start the session, let me introduce myself for the people who are new on the platform or who are attending my session for the first time. My name is Alok Ojha. I have done my engineering from Pune. I have been associated with the field of UPSC since past 7 years. I have been through various stages of Civil Services exam. I hold the experience of giving CNS SSB twice. I also hold the experience of exams like CAPF Assistant Commandant and Uttar Pradesh PSC. I'm involved into the field of teaching since past 5 years and I have mentored more than 15,000 aspirants for UPSC. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important and dynamic topics of modern India, that is important charter acts. Now, there might be a question in the mind of an aspirant why one should prefer Unacademy as a platform for online learning. So here are the ample of reasons why one should prefer Unacademy as a platform for online learning. First of all, you will have daily life classes on the Unacademy platform. Unacademy offers you assimilation of top and dynamic educators of India on a single platform. You can directly interact with the educators. You can clear all sorts of doubts with the educators. Second most important aspect, Unacademy helps to build up your competence by going through live tests and quizzes. All the courses on Unacademy platform are highly structured in nature and there is a proper timetable through which the courses are being conducted. And one can have unlimited access to the courses on Unacademy platform. Here are the few top and dynamic educators of India from whom you are going to learn through. Unacademy covers the syllabus in a very comprehensive manner. Like there is a proper focus on all the aspects of GS, ranging from history, geography, polity, economics, current affairs, science and technology, to the part of optionals like it also covers humanities optional like public administration, philosophy, psychology, political science, sociology. Apart from that, it also covered a wide range of literature optionals like Hindi literature, English literature, Maithili literature, Kannada literature and so on. Now there is also something called as iconic subscription. Now what is majorly iconic subscription all about? During the initial days, the preparation is completely haphazard and an aspirant is majorly confused about what should I read, where should I start my preparation from, which NCERT should I prefer, which Tamil Nadu textbook book should I prefer, what approach needs to be developed for current affairs, how much time should be dedicated to current affairs. So please do not worry, there would be a mentor who would be guiding you throughout your journey for civil services preparation. That is majorly iconic subscription all about. So if any one of you is aspiring to go for an iconic subscription, please use my code AKOUS. I repeat the code AKOUS. Now Unacademy has also come up with Unacademy Combat. Now it is on 28th of Feb, 60 minutes, 60 questions and there would be relative scoring. So please enroll into the Unacademy Combat by using my code AKOUS. These have been the special classes conducted by me previously. So guys, if anyone who is aspiring to go for a subscription, please use my code AKOUS to get 10% discount on the subscription. Okay guys? Yes, Kaveri, good evening. Yes, Khushi, thanks a lot, thanks a lot. So let's get started with Regulating Act 1773. Here we are going to discuss important charter acts. Okay. The Prime Minister of England at the time of Regulating Act 1773 was Lord North. Okay. Now pay attention properly. See this diagram so that you can easily understand the concept. English East India Company is also referred as a John Company. It is also called as Shareholders Company. It is a joint stock company. Totally, there are 125 shareholders in English East India Company. I repeat, totally there are 125 shareholders in English East India Company. Now, altogether, these 125 shareholders cannot make the rules and regulation for the company. So these 125 shareholders choose 24 among themselves as directors, and they are going to frame rules and regulation for the company. So these 125 shareholders are called as Court of Proprietors, and 24 who have been chosen by these 125 are referred as Court of Directors. Okay, so one of the major aspects, initially elections were held on annual basis. Prior to the Regulating Act 1773, election for 24 Court of Directors was held on annual basis. But now, as per Regulating Act 1773, election for the Court of Directors would be held every 4 years. Okay, I'll repeat the concepts so that the people who are late can easily understand. Okay, English East India Company is a joint stock company, and totally there are 125 shareholders in the company. Altogether, these 125 shareholders cannot make rules and regulation for the company. So these 125 shareholders are going to choose 24 as Court of Directors who are going to frame the rules and regulations for the entire company. Now, initially, the Court of Directors were chosen on annual basis. Now the elections are going to be held every 4 years. Okay. Now, why did Regulating Act 1773 come in? The name itself suggests it was brought in to regulate and control the affairs of English East India Company in India. And majorly the purpose of bringing Regulating Act 1773 was to end the dual system which was initiated by Robert Clive. Now what is dual system all about? Let us understand this. Suppose an English East India Company has conquered the Suppose an English East India Company has conquered the kingdom of any particular ruler. Now after conquering the kingdom of that ruler, the commercial affairs would be handled by English East India Company, and the administrative functions would be handled by the ruler himself. So there was mismatch in the administration. So to fill up this mismatch, Regulating Act 1773 was brought in. Another important concept. There were three major presidencies: Bombay, Bengal and Madras presidency. And there were governors for each presidency. Like Governor of Bombay was designated as Governor of Bombay. Governor of Madras was designated as Governor of Madras. And Governor of Bengal was designated as Governor General of Bengal. And the first Governor General of Bengal was Warren Hastings. Now, the governors of Bombay and Madras were subordinated to Governor General of Bengal. And whatever rules and regulation, whatever orders were being passed by Governor General of Bengal needs to be compulsorily followed by governors of Bombay and Madras. In very simple language, in very simple words, Governor of Bombay and Madras were subordinated to Governor General of Bengal. Now, Governor General of Bengal alone cannot fulfill all the responsibilities. So there was an executive council to assist the Governor General of Bengal in performance of his duty. Like Governor General's Executive Council consisted of 4 other members, and these 4 other members are going to help the Governor General of Bengal in framing rules and regulation, assisting him in performance of his duty. He had the complete authority to make rules, pass ordinances, and so on. Now, Supreme Court was established at Fort William in Calcutta in 1774. There were Chief Justice and 3 other judges in Supreme Court, and Sir Impey was the first Chief Justice. As per Regulating Act 1773, there was one more clause, that the charter would be revised every 20 years. Okay, I repeat, the charter would be revised every 20 years. Got the points clear, guys? So this is majorly about Regulating Act 1773. Are the points clear? Please let me know. Yes, Gautam Krishna, good evening. Yes, guys, are the points clear? Okay. Now let's talk about Pitt's India Act 1784. Now please see this diagram first. Pitt's India Act 1784. Now why this act is called as Pitt's India Act? Because at this time the Prime Minister in England was Pitts. That is why this act is also referred as Pitt's India Act 1784. Now why did Pitt's India Act 1784 come into force? Pay attention properly. Pitt's India Act 1784 came into force because there is a reason, and I'll repeat that reason. As I've told you, English East India Company is a joint stock company. Totally there are 125 shareholders in the English East India Company, and these shareholders are referred as Court of Proprietors. Now these shareholders are going to elect 24 among them as Court of Directors, who are going to frame rules and regulations for the company. My friends, what did I use? Among themselves. If the Court of Directors are chosen among themselves, there is no external control over them. So, we cannot expect the administration to run in a smooth manner. Probably there might be corrupt practices involved in this. That is why the British Parliament or the British Crown appointed Board of Control over Court of Directors or the company. Okay? The British Crown appointed Board of Control over the company or the Court of Directors. In very simple language, Board of Control acted as a channel of communication between English East India Company on one side and the British Crown or the British Parliament. Now, Board of Control is managing the political functions, because initially it was Governor General, okay, who used to pass ordinances, who used to make rules and regulation. Now, who will become the Governor General will be decided by Board of Control and not by the Court of Directors. I repeat, initially, who will become the Governor General? It was decided by the Court of Directors. But now, there is Board of Control, excuse me, there is Board of Control above Court of Directors, and the members of the Board of Control are going to decide who is going to become the Governor General, and company was just left with commercial functions. So in very simple words, the Board of Control managed the political functions and the English East India Company managed the commercial functions. Okay? Board of Control was representing the British Crown. Okay, moving further. Now, there was a secret committee that was also established between Board of Control and court of directors. And the responsibility of the secret committee was to act as a channel of communication between board of control and court of directors. Okay? Yes, very good evening. Yes, very good evening, Abhijit. I will repeat the points again. Pay attention properly. Board of Control was appointed by the British Crown. Board of Control acted as a channel of communication between the Crown or the British Parliament on one hand and English East India Company on the other hand. Okay? Now, secret committee. It acted as a channel of communication between Board of Control and Court of Directors. Okay. Now, as per Pitt's India Act 1784, Governor General's Executive Council member were now reduced to 3, and one member was Commander-in-Chief of the British Army. Guys, if you remember, I'll go for a comparative analysis. If you remember, guys, I've told you previously that as per Regulating Act 1773, okay, Governor General's Executive Council consisted of 4 members. But as per Pitt's India Act 1784, Governor General's Executive Council will have now only 3 members. And one among the 3 members would be Commander-in-Chief of the British Army. So this is majorly about Pitt's India Act 1784. Did you get the points clear? Please, please let me know. Yes, guys, are the points clear? Any query, any question, any sort of doubt, please ask me. Yes, guys. Okay. Now let's talk about Charter Act 1813. Pay attention properly. There was one more charter prior to this, that is Charter Act 1793. And as per Charter Act 1793, English East India Company had acquired monopoly for next 20 years to trade in India. But the political dynamics in Europe had completely changed, and Napoleon had brought hard days for the businessmen of England. Now the businessmen of England approached the British Crown and requested them to open the markets of India for small businesses. But now in India, there was a monopoly of English East India Company, and there was a reason for opening the markets for small business in India, because Napoleon Bonaparte had created a law. And what was that law? If anyone is trading with England, we are not going to trade with England. So in very simple words, a sort of embargo was imposed. What is embargo? Complete ban on export and import from England. Now what will the small businessmen do? They approached the British Crown and they asked or requested the British Crown to open the markets for India. But in India, there was monopoly of English East India Company. But this monopoly was now ended as per Charter Act 1813. So as per Charter Act 1813, monopoly of English East India Company was ended. But monopoly remained intact in terms of tea and China. Only English East India Company can trade in tea, and only English East India Company can trade with China. Otherwise, the monopoly of English East India Company was completely liquidated. It was completely annulled or cancelled. Okay? Now, Christian missionaries were allowed to come in India and preach Christianity as per Charter Act 1813. My friends, I have used the word preach and propagate. They were allowed to propagate the tenets of Christianity, but they cannot force anyone to get converted into Christianity. So as per Charter Act 1813, Christian missionaries were allowed to come and preach Christianity in India. Okay. Now, initially, the civil servants were trained at Hailbury College in London, and they were brought in India for working in the administrative aspect. Now, these people were highly unaware about the Indian culture, Indian tradition, or Indian working pattern for the administration. So, the administrative efficiency and effectiveness was not up to the mark. So, now basically it was decided that Indians should be associated in the administration. And before associating Indians in the administration, it is necessary to educate the Indians. And now it was decided that English East India Company is going to spend rupees 1 lakh every year for the purpose of education of Indians. And what was the main reason for educating the Indians? Just I have told you. Because they wanted to associate more number of Indians in the administration. That is why it was necessary to educate the Indians. And now Charter Act 1813 also empowered the local government to impose taxes, and that taxes should be supported by the Supreme Court, which was established at Fort William. Okay, so I'll repeat the points again. As per Charter Act 1813, monopoly of English East India Company was ended, but monopoly remained intact in terms of China and tea. Christian missionaries were allowed to come in India and preach Christianity. Then, government is going to spend every year rupees 1 lakh for the purpose of education of Indians, and local governments can tax the people at the grassroots level, but with the prior consent of the Supreme Court. So that is majorly about Charter Act 1813. Okay, did you understand the points, my friends? Please let me know. Yes, Anjan, I'll be taking a mock test on this topic as well. Yes, did you understand the points, guys? Yes, guys, did you understand the concepts? Please let me know. Okay, now let's get started with Charter Act 1833. It is also called as St. Helena Act 1833. Now, it completely legalized the British colonization of India. It said that if Britishers are trying to acquire more and more territories in India, they have the complete authority to do so, and they have the support from the British government in England. So the act legalized British colonization of India. Guys, if you remember, I have told you Regulating Act 1773, and in that I have told you there were three major presidencies: Bombay, Bengal and Madras, and there were respective governors for each presidency. The governor of Bombay was referred as Governor of Bombay. Governor of Madras was referred as Governor of Madras, but Governor of Bengal was referred as Governor General of Bengal as per Regulating Act 1773. And the first Governor General of Bengal was Lord Warren Hastings. With the passage of time, the Governor General of Bengal was now designated as Governor General of India. And the first Governor General of India was Lord William Bentinck. I repeat, Lord William Bentinck. Again, I will go for a comparative analysis. Now, as per Regulating Act 1773, Governor General's Executive Council had 4 members who were going to assist the Governor General in performance of his duty. Now, as per Pitt's India Act 1784, Governor General's Executive Council was now reduced to 3, and one member was Commander-in-Chief of the British Army. But again there was a change. Governor General's Executive Council was again increased to 4. Why? To improve the administrative efficiency. Then Indian Law Commission was created under Lord Macaulay, and the major purpose was codification of the law. Okay, the proper codified format of the law should be made. That is why Indian Law Commission was created under Lord Macaulay, and this was done as per Charter Act 1833. Okay, now in fact prior to this, during the time of Lord Cornwallis, there was Europeanization of administrative machinery. That is, Indians were not allowed to sit into the civil services. Okay, but as per Charter Act 1833, it was decided that in fact Indians are also going to get a share in the administrative post, and Hailbury College would be what we say training the future civil servants. Okay, and a proper recruitment process needs to be followed while what we say conducting an examination into the company service. No recommendations would be allowed. Just I had given an example a while back, guys, that English East India Company is a joint stock company. It's a shareholders company, and totally there are 125 shareholders. Suppose I am giving an example. Suppose if I am one of the shareholder of the company and I have a large share in the company, I will recommend the company that my son should be made a district collector or as an SP of a particular district. But now the system of recommendations was completely ended, and there was a proper recruitment process for entry into the company's service, and this was done as per Charter Act 1833. Are the points clear, guys? Please let me know. Yes, guys, am I audible properly or is my voice echoing? Yes, guys, please let me know. Yes, please. Am I audible properly? Nayan, I guess there might be a bit of problem with the system, because everyone is getting the voice in a clear manner. Okay, now let's get started with Charter Act 1853. It is the last charter. Okay, and this charter completely separated the legislative and executive function of Governor General's Council. Like, few of them are going to frame rules and regulation, and few of them are going to implement it. If you remember, English East India Company is a joint stock company, and totally there are 125 shareholders in the company. These 125 shareholders are going to appoint 24 as a code of directors. Okay, now the number of court of directors was reduced to 18. I repeat, the number of court of directors was reduced to 18 from 24. But the powers of court of directors to an extent was increased. Now they had the complete power to create new provinces. They had the complete authority to create new presidencies. Okay, create new presidency. Now initially, as I have told you yesterday in the Governor Generals, when any new territories were acquired, it was either added into the Bombay Presidency or into the Bengal Presidency or into the Madras Presidency. So day by day, the size of these presidencies started increasing, and it became quite difficult for a single Governor General to manage the administration of these presidency. So 3 new provinces were carved out of Bengal presidency so that the administration could be run in a smooth manner. Like there was creation of Assam, central provinces and Burma as a separate presidency. Okay, and as I have told you previously, the system of recommendation to the company service was completely ended. The system of patronage into the company service was completely ended, and only the system of merit, that is anyone who is qualifying the exam, would be entering into the company's service. Guys, are the points clear? Is the voice clear now? Please let me know. Okay, now let's talk about Government of India Act 1858. Now before I speak about the Government of India Act 1858, let me also speak about certain factors that led to revolt of 1857. Now there were amalgamation of various factors which led to revolt of 1857. Each and every section of the Indian society was economically exploited by the policies that were adopted by the Britishers. Okay, I'll give you a small example. Let me start with the peasant section. Now, Britishers had introduced commercialized agriculture in India, and they forced our Indian peasants to cultivate commercial crops like jute, cotton, poppy, opium, tobacco, sugarcane, indigo, and so on. Now I'll give you a very small example. Now suppose there are 2 types of agriculture: subsistence agriculture and commercialized agriculture. Under subsistence agriculture, a peasant will produce only those crops which are important for him for sustaining his livelihood. But in commercialized agriculture, he is going to produce those crops which are high in demand in the national as well as international market. Now, Britishers force our peasants to cultivate cotton. Suppose an example. Now they have said that before the cotton is ready for harvest, we are going to purchase this cotton at ₹5. I am giving an example so that you guys can understand. We are going to purchase this cotton at ₹5. Now, when the cotton is ready for the harvest, now they are saying that if you want to sell this cotton at ₹1, then sell. Otherwise, we are not going to buy. Yes, guys, am I audible? Okay. If you have to sell this cotton at ₹1, then sell it to us. Otherwise, we are not going to buy this cotton. Now, what happened further? Our peasants are forced to sell this cotton at petty rupees of 1. Now, this cotton will go to Manchester or Liverpool. From there, it will go to London. And here, it will be converted into a manufactured textile. Now, it will be again coming back to India and it would be sold in India at ₹10. Okay, at what price was it purchased? At ₹1. And at what price it is sold in India? At ₹10. Can you imagine how in a very systematic manner, in a methodological manner, India's resources were India? This theory for the first time was highlighted by Dadabhai Nauroji in his book Poverty and Un-British Rule in India. And this is referred as drain of wealth. Secondly, there were various sorts of land revenue system that were imposed in India. Okay, for example, zamindari system. Under zamindari system, basically it is believed that zamindar acted as a middleman between English East India Company on one hand and peasant on the other hand. English East India Company directly did not collect the revenue from the peasant. Okay, Zamindar collected the revenue from the peasant and gave it to the English East India Company. Okay, in now 89% of the revenue went to the company and 11% was kept with the Zamindar. For example, if I am a peasant, I earn rupees 100. I have to pay 70 rupees as a tax. Out of 70, 63 rupees will go to the company. 7 rupees would be kept by the Zamindar. So peasant was exploited by the policies adopted by the Britishers. Second section, tribals. For tribals, their jungles are everything for them. They consider this as a sacred grove. But Britishers started interfering in the tribal policies. Like I'll give you a very small example. There is a tribe called as Kandh tribe or Kondh tribe. Now, they practiced one system which is referred as human sacrifice or Maria system. And Lord Hardinge stopped the Maria system. This was seen by the tribals as an interference in their internal beliefs and practices. Apart from that, there was one tribe in Chota Nagpur Plateau, that is Munda tribe. Munda tribe practiced Khunt Katidar. Khunt Katidar basically means original clearer of forest. This forest belongs to us and we have the authority to clear this forest. So this was done by the Munda tribe. Okay. Excuse me. So Munda tribes, Britishers interfered with these policies of the Mundas and there was a Munda revolt. So in fact, even the tribal section was upset with the exploitative policies adopted by the Britishers. Then comes soldiers. Now always it is believed that, suppose if I am recruited into the British Indian Army and I am working as a Subedar, even after 20 years I will be remaining as Subedar. And if any new recruit is added into the Indian Army and he is an Englishman, he would be promoted in a very fast manner. There would be increment in salary, pensions and allowances. So there was a sort of racial discrimination policy that was being adopted by the Britishers in payments and promotion. Secondly, Britishers had come up with new acts like Religious Disabilities Act. Now what is Religious Disabilities Act all about? A person who has not got converted into Christianity will not inherit his ancestral property. This was again a step seen by Indians as getting Christianized. So these were all the factors which led to revolt of 1857. And one of the most important striking factor was Britishers introduced one rifle, that is Royal Enfield rifle. And the rifle had a cartridge which needs to be bitten off with the teeth. The cartridge was made up of fat of cow and pig. Okay, cow and pig. Cow was sacred to Hindus and pig was taboo to the Muslim. And this sparked the revolt of 1857. And after the revolt of 1857, the rule of company in India was replaced by rule of crown in India. East India Company was completely liquidated. Okay, now the rule of crown in India was exercised by Secretary of State for India. And Secretary of State for India was a member of British Parliament. And he was assisted in performance of duties by 15 other members. In very simple language, in very simple words, Secretary of State for India represented the British Crown, or he acted as a channel of communication between British India on one side and British Crown on the other side. Okay, so British Crown appointed Secretary of State for India, and Secretary of State for India was assisted in performance of duties by 15 members. Like he had an executive council of 15 members. Now out of 15 members, 8 were elected by Court of Directors and 7 were appointed by the British Crown directly. Okay, then if you remember, as per Regulating Act 1773, Governor of Bengal was designated as Governor General of Bengal. As per Charter Act 1833, Governor General of Bengal was designated as Governor General of India. And now, as per Government of India Act 1858, the Governor General of India was now designated as Viceroy of India. The last Governor General of India and the first Viceroy of India was Lord Canning. And Lord Canning had a separate executive council to assist him in performance of his duties. All the previous acts like Pitt's India Act and Doctrine of Lapse, which was initiated by Lord Dalhousie, who was one of the Governor Generals, and it is nothing but pro-imperialistic approach of the Britishers. This was completely cancelled. And now, an option was left for the princely states that if the princely states accept the British suzerainty, they were free to carry on their own independent administration. And approximately around 560 princely states accepted the British suzerainty. This is majorly about Government of India Act 1858. Are the points clear, my friends? Please let me know. Did you understand all the charter acts? Are the concepts clear completely? Please let me know. If you have any query, please ask me. Anwar, you can choose Inspire lectures as well as you can choose the previous lectures. I say choose the previous lectures because these lectures are more from the perspective of prelims. Okay, Anwar? Yes, Abhijit, I'm also coming up with the sessions on various commissions. Okay, guys, hope so you like the lectures. Hope so the lecture was interesting and informative. So, anyone who is aspiring to go for a subscription, please use my code AKOUS. I repeat the code AKOUS. Okay, guys, thank you and have a very nice